Does The Flash suck? This is like my 10th time attempting to film this video because I'm not too sure why. The Flash is a movie that was coming out and I'm like, okay, sure, it's a big superhero movie. That's a big tentpole movie that a lot of people will want to know my thoughts about. I should go see it. I didn't really expect much. I did not expect to get the movie that we got, and let me explain my thoughts on it. Hey guys, my name is Brandon, aka the BrandoCritic. Thank you guys so much for being with me today. I really do appreciate it. I was able to see The Flash a few days early, and I'm here today to tell you if it sucks or not. But let me know, guys, are you guys big fans of The Flash? Do you guys watch the TV show? Have you guys read the comics? Are you guys big DC fans? Are you guys looking forward to this movie? Whatever the case may be, let me know your thoughts of the movie and your overall excitement about the movie down below. And make sure you guys stick around to the end of the video so you know my rating of the film, or also maybe going to a film that might not be right for you. I got through that without stumbling. Let's leave it in there. Let's get going. So, Andy Muschietti is our director, and he has done such films as It and It Chapter 2 and Mama. I haven't actually seen It Chapter 2. Let me know if I should. But it stars Ezra Miller, Sasha Calle, Michael Keaton, that's so awesome to say, Ben Affleck, and many others. And the story is that Barry Allen, the Flash, learns that he has time travel powers because he can run faster than the speed of light. So he goes back in time to try to save his mom, and in doing so, the whole multiverse gets messed up. And yes, even DC is doing the multiverse now. So what are my thoughts on this movie? Well, I want to talk about a universal scenario that all of us movie fans have been in, because, you know, I've seen many reviewers online and in my personal life try to dissect a movie objectively. And yes, you can put the film school report card on any movie and go through the production design, the cinematography, you know, the mise-en-scène, and all these other, you know, pretentious film school terms and actually tell you if a movie is good or not. But it's all about how the experience is. One thing happened to me in this movie, and I know that you guys have had this happen to you as well. I had to take a major piss throughout the entire movie. And of course, the best thing to do, or the most easy solution to that, is to walk out of the theater and go to the bathroom. But I couldn't do that because I was watching the movie on the screen and I'm going, I can't leave. I have to keep watching this movie. So you know what you do, you kind of move around in your seat, you kind of move your legs back and forth. Anything you do to make sure that you do not piss your pants in the theater, because you have to keep watching that movie. If a movie is able to do that, you know that that movie has completely captured your attention. You are completely immersed into the story and you cannot miss a scene. You're gonna suffer through it. The Flash did that. Now, again, that doesn't mean that it's an amazing movie, but let me tell you guys, I wasn't expecting much from The Flash. You know, the most recent superhero movies that I've seen, you know, Ant-Man, Quantumania, I skipped Shazam. I just didn't care. I'm kind of over the superhero movie, especially with the hype. I don't get excited for superhero movies anymore because we've just had so many of them and the quality lately have been dropping. This movie was phenomenal. I was so amazed and blown away by The Flash. And I'm not even a DC fanboy. I'm not even a big comic book fanboy. Like I said, this movie was just everything that I wanted and more. And I think it might be one of the best superhero movies I've ever seen. Yeah. And again, recency bias, sure. And trust me, guys, I'm one of those people who will, you know, point to people who go, oh my God, every single Marvel movie is the best movie I've ever seen. And then of course, when the DC movies come out, you know, Black Adam, whatever, oh my God, it's amazing. I was so amazed by this movie. But again, I don't do that with every single one, but I gotta be honest, guys, Flash really impressed me. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Ezra Miller. Yes, real life, he has done some terrible, terrible, terrible things. And I understand that some people cannot separate the art from the artist. Even though they try to, most people cannot forgive what he did. I get it. I'm just reviewing the movie as a movie. With that being said, Ezra Miller was phenomenal as Barry Allen. His performance was mesmerizing. And of course, he's playing beside himself, the younger version of himself as well. So the way that he plays off himself, nothing short of amazing. It was a wonderful performance because not only was he funny, he was extremely charming and likable. He was heroic, he was strong, he got those emotional moments down. Like, this movie really made me laugh. This movie really made me cry. This movie really made me get those superhero chills. And that is very, very rare nowadays. When you see a superhero doing heroic things on screen, saving people and doing the best for others. and doing the right thing, it gives you chills. And I haven't felt that in a movie in a very long time. The Flash made me feel all of those emotions, and that's why I'm just so excited about this movie. I was in the mall today and I saw some Funko Pops, and I have some, but I'm telling myself I can't keep buying Funko Pops because I'm just gonna buy them all. And I saw Barry Allen there, and I saw Batman. I'm going, oh my god, I definitely want to add those to my collection because this movie is just, I'm fanboying out, even though I'm not a big comic book guy. Like, that is the testament of a really great movie. Like, The Flash now is one of my favorite superheroes. I want to learn more about his backstory. I want to learn more about his stories in the comics. I want to maybe even check out the TV show. Like, seeing his power in this movie, it made me feel like an 8-year-old kid again, or a 9-year-old kid watching Spider-Man 2 in the theater, like just being blown away. And even as an adult though, the heart of this movie is just overflowing. It's not just a bunch of CGI nonsense for the sake of being CGI nonsense. There's a real strong heart at the center of this movie. We'll talk about the CGI in a minute, but man, is the pacing and the story and the structure just so solid. I was so invested in it, and like I said, the emotional moments, like, really just, it turned me into a wreck. I was so impressed by it. And yes, Ezra Miller is a big key component of that, but Michael Keaton, man, I was so impressed. He still has it. I might not be the biggest fan of Batman 89. I think the production design actually overshadows the story, and Batman Returns is good. Michael Keaton as Batman though, like, he just exudes this suaveness, this confidence, but also having that dark past, that pain, that hurt, and that wisdom. He is Bruce Wayne. He is Batman. I love Ben Affleck as Batman. I love Robert Pattinson as Batman. But man, does Michael Keaton still have it in this movie. And those action sequences, like the costume, the way that he uses his grappling hook, the way he beats up on enemies, the way that he flies with his bat suit, it's just so cool. And again, I have to really preface by saying that I'm not just a big Batman fan going, oh, Batman, I see Batman on screen. I'm at a loss for words. This review is so hard to do because, again, when you have problems with a movie, you can dissect them, but when you love a movie, all you can really do is just say, like, it was awesome, it was amazing, and fanboy out. That's what I'm doing. Supergirl was also awesome in this movie. She wasn't in it very much, but man, I would love to see her in more things. She was badass, she was cool, she was strong, she was wise. It didn't feel preachy as well. I know a lot of people will be talking about that because there's now Supergirl and not Superman. She was awesome in the movie, and the three of them together, I guess the four of them together because you have two Barry Allens, the chemistry is just phenomenal. I would watch any movie with those four actors, 3 actors, 4 characters. They have such great chemistry together. They work so well together. I mean, man, oh man, like the characters, really, really strong point, but the action sequences, really well executed. The comedy, I mean, a joke a minute for a very long time. Of course, you know, it gets serious when it needs to get serious. They're not undercutting everything with a joke. I'm looking at you, Marvel. And the music. The music was sensational. It felt like I was watching a 90s, early 2000s superhero movie again, where it's like, da 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 da, we are the Flash, and we're gonna save the day. Not like brooding, not like The Dark Knight. I do love The Dark Knight, but the music was just phenomenal. And of course, you had all those cues to the Michael Keaton Batman movies with Danny Elfman. Like, it was just glowing with awesomeness. You know what I mean? Now, okay, I have to be realistic, and I gotta come back down to earth here. So, I do have like 2 problems with the movie, but I also have arguments to where I didn't really care that much, or they didn't bother me per se. So number 1, yes, the CGI in parts are definitely distracting. Some of the younger babies in the movie, you'll understand what I'm talking about, and the time travel sequences where you see all the different characters, the CGI is rough. Definitely very rough. But I love the movie so much that I don't even care. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not me trying to dismiss it or going, you know, it actually looks pretty good. Like, I will admit, like, the CGI looks very spotty. But I was having such a fun time with the movie that I don't even care. That's just my honest opinion. And my second problem, and you know, this one is kind of a flaw. Zod is technically our main antagonizing force because when he goes back in time, this is in the trailer, Zod is now destroying the world back in 2013, but there's no Superman to stop him. So you have our main villain of the movie being set up in another movie that came out 10 years ago. Kind of the same problem with Spider-Man No Way Home. Green Goblin is the main villain in that movie, but all of that character's motivation and backstory and buildup is done in a previous movie. So basically, the filmmakers are going, well, you guys know what happened in that movie, so you just have to know what happens and move on. So sure, he might be bland by those standards because he doesn't have any backstory, and if someone just goes right into this movie, they'll be going, who's this Zod guy? Why do I care? I understand that point, and I kind of agree with you, but I would argue that the biggest villain is time and dealing with fate. Can you change your destiny? Very Terminator 2 kind of themes, right? I think that is the main villain, time, and wanting to go back and change things. And can you do that? And just because you can doesn't mean you necessarily should. That dilemma is the true antagonizing force and the question in this movie. And briefly, I want to talk about fan service. So yes, we have the Flash in this movie. It's called The Flash, so this is his movie. He is front and center. That's awesome. You have Supergirl in the movie. She's awesome too. Michael Keaton is Batman. I did not know I wanted that so badly, right? But you have Spider-Man No Way Home. You have Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Like, we have seen the multiverse in everything. And we've seen cameos of different characters in different movies all the time now. You know, so anything's possible. If you're a big DC fan, there are some moments in this movie that will really have you clapping. And again, because I've seen all these movies, I'm thinking to myself, okay, what's the most obscure reference we can see in all of these different multiverses, all these different timelines? And you can kind of piece it together, but it was still cool to see. So yes, the fan service was welcomed. It didn't get too overboard. It wasn't like insane. It was a good amount of fan service. But overall, guys, like, sure, I can pick apart, you know, the villain and the CGI. What matters to me is the feeling that I had after walking out of the theater. And I was talking with the reps at Warner Brothers and they go, what'd you think? And I went like this. It was amazing. I love this movie. I'm giving this movie a 5 out of 5. I did not expect to go into The Flash to give it that rating. I really didn't, because I'm like, okay, you got Air, you got Creed 3, those are my 2 5 out of 5 movies of the year. Of course, you have Guardians of the Galaxy 3, you have Blackberry, you have Tetris, you have all these other great movies. Scream 6, Flash, yeah, who knows, right? Man, oh man, guys, I love this movie. So if you guys love the movie also, let me know down in the comment section down below. And if you like this video, hit like, hit subscribe. I would really appreciate all the support. And if you want to support the channel on a more personal level, my Patreon is down below. Join the exclusive community. We have monthly watch-alongs, early content, and giveaways and prizes. So it's a lot of fun. I highly recommend you join that. Let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.